Hey, I know that I'm standing between you and a coffee break right now, so I'll try to make this quick. And I also try to keep it interesting because we're not talking about tech stacks here, we're talking about how we got there, right? So I'm talking about fashion, technology, and circularity. And I will just use the curve to move forward. Go back. Okay. So this is where we are with fashion, right? A lot of people think sustainability is all to do with water, with cities, mobility, other things, and fashion has been under the radar. But if you look at an item as simple as jeans, we all have them. I'm sure everybody in this audience has it. And you have multiple pairs of them, and you love them in your wardrobes, right? It's the single most selling garment across the world, the same that is used for every country. Our population on this planet Earth is how much? 8 billion. How many jeans did we produce last year? 6 billion of them. 30% don't even get worn. 50% of them get discarded every year because that's how fast the fashion cycle changes. What if we could put back 1 billion jeans into circulation, even at 30 euros each? That's a 30 billion euro opportunity for brands and fashion. So why are they not doing it? Why are they producing more instead of putting it back into circulation? But before that, I have to talk about upcycling, right? So everybody here is familiar with recycling, right? You take something, you break it down into yarn, or you take it down into pulp. Pulp becomes yarn, yarn becomes cloth, cloth then goes into a manufacturer, and then you get a jacket again. What you don't know of the process is that only 40% of the garment which was discarded, 40% can be used to make a new garment. It needs to be mixed with virgin cotton or virgin materials all over again. So basically, you took one jacket, you discarded it, you recycled it, and then you incurred all of this energy cost to make one jacket again. Because we understand manufacturing, we understand recycling, we don't understand upcycling. And that's what our solution is about. We know that 92 million tons of clothing ends up in the landfill every year. Why does it end up here? Because people don't know what to do with it, right? 20% gets collected, but only 1% or less than that actually gets recycled. So what can technology do to help make profit, not waste? Why isn't there a solution that actually talks about using all of this unused garments and putting it back into circulation? How can technology actually play a role to allow for economic value? So we built the industry first upcycling solution. We realized that just like recycling, we need to make it as easy for a garment to go into an upcycling station, right? What it does is extract value out of post-consumer waste or dead stock material and allow a brand to put it back into circulation with special selections, right? So you get economic value out of waste and you stop considering it waste anymore. How does that happen? We have an ERP tool that we have created, which talks about 10 processes, 20 life cycle events, 33 data points per garment, 10 tried and tested steps, and 5 QC points. Why is this important? Because when you collect a denim, you're always thinking, what happens to it? Who is sorting it? How am I grading it? How will it get processed? This piece will not match that piece because they have been collected at different centers. How do you make all of this process, standard so that you can actually move to the next place to get value out of it? So how Unique works is super simple. We've used a minimum information principle because this is built out for factories and factory employees to use this very seamlessly wherever they are working, or we have an enterprise where we do this ourselves. right? So these 20 life cycle events are as simple as this, right? Every single piece is broken down, and you can see did the garment go into laundry, why did it go there, measurement, was the design work, completely like that. Every garment has an identifier, and it can map all facilities and all products as in all of their stages in partner as well as vendor facilities, right? So you as a brand get full visibility where that product is. The second is specific details and attributes are required, right? So when you are a manufacturer, you will say, I want garments which are 43 inches in length, right? How do we get that for a rescued garment? All of those attributes are actually added in here. So then you can be compliant for anything that the customer needs, anything e-commerce needs, anything compliance needs. You have all of those details here in this system as well. And lastly, complete automation and tracking, end to end. And I mean right from sourcing to where your vendor is, to your e-commerce client it can integrate with, right to the delivery challan for getting these garments back to your facility. So every single thing is mapped in this ERP tool right now. So if everything is there, is it possible to scale it? Is it successful to do at a large scale? And yes, and is the first brand that actually has used the system. We've used it to upcycle 14,000 garments so far as yet. We rescued them from landfills and other spaces that they were intended to go to, upcycled them using the unique system. You must have seen us with our green pocket denims. They're right there at that counter. And we repurpose them into great looking denim. Most of it is available in Europe in 9 countries, including Germany, Netherlands, France, Hungary, Denmark, etc. And we've put them back into circulation. And for the people who are wearing our green pocket denim, look at them. They are finding a denim back. Something that was discarded as waste has found a brand new home, and all thanks to the ability to do this at scale. We right now upcycle around 10,000 pieces, but we can do this across partner facilities, across brands, facilities across other manufacturers as well. And we believe this is where the whole scale of upcycling really, really becomes important, because those 1 million garments that were getting dumped at the early part of this year now have the ability to see new life. And circularity is about not wasting, not creating new needs for resources when it already exists. So what are the business models that we have for something like Unique? So one is a Unique Lite, which allows brands to kind of just take over the infrastructure, but not the facilities. So we train the staff, we ensure that they are able to work through the processes, but we work to them to give only the software, right? The other is an enterprise solution. So if you are a brand or manufacturer who would like us to take over the entire upcycling process and give you only the end products, then that is the Unique Enterprise Collection, right? And we have, of course, Pure Tech and tech-based infrastructure in those possibilities available to you. So the solution exists, the opportunity exists for more brands to become circular. There is an opportunity now to save this 7,600 liters of water per denim that goes into creating new denim and use upcycled instead. And we're looking for manufacturers, brands to join us on the circular journey. This is not a journey that can be taken by one particular brand, and we are inviting more people to join us on this journey. So this is short and sweet from us. We have a booth right at the start, so please come over and say hi, and I'm open to any questions that you might have.